Okay, speech play. What is it? How do you use it? And it says on your, by the way, it says on your Twitter profile, quote, I'm a solicitor by profession, and I'm also a professional poker player. I'm a chilled out, fun loving kind of guy, always up for a challenge and a good laugh. Now, I'm a big fan of yours. This speech play has no malice involved, correct?
Of course. No, I don't insult. I don't berate anyone. A lot of people say I do a lot of talk at the table, wind people up. People get frustrated. They let me get under their skin. They're trying to effectively portray me as like a Tony G character. I'm not. I'm nothing like Tony G in that regard because I don't insult or berate anyone. I'm not rude to anyone across the table. Just to do my standard speech play, the fundamental theory behind it is obviously trying to get information from your opponent. What better way to speak get information than to converse with your opponent across the table? Try and get as much information as you can. Because as a lawyer, I've been trained to use analytical skills from law school to analyze all the information you have before you. If I'm going to bring that analogy from a court of law, to use evidence you have before you to outwit your opponent, the other barrister, in the courtroom to convince the judge that your client's not guilty. So bringing that across to the poker table, you're using all the information you have, the cards that you're dealt, the players that you're facing, the bets pre-flop, on the flop, the flop textures, looking at your opponent, seeing body languages, seeing how they react to you, seeing how they respond to your line of questioning. Do they look comfortable? Do they look weak? Do they sound like they want you to call? Depending on whether they interact with you with the speech base. So all of these things are going through your mind and trying to think what your opponent's thinking you think they have and vice versa. So it's a whole different level of thinking in terms of the whole psychological aspect of the game. And that's where I think is a big part of my game more than some others who use like game theory and maths. You can't knock them for that, A lot of people have had a lot of results using that kind of strategy. I think my strategy going in was pretty much, to try and play my A game in terms of using the psychological aspect, getting into my opponent's mind, getting under their skin, if you like. If they chose to let it get under their skin with a bit of banter and speech play, with me playing within the rules and doing nothing wrong, and if they let that get to them emotionally and psychologically, and that effectively made them play bad against me, so be it. That was going to be an advantage for me. It's going to be plus EV for me, increase my equity in going deep in the tournament. So effectively, that was the strategy I employed going throughout the whole of the 7 days. To break it up, I said even to my friends back home, I was going to play days 1 to 3 as a satellite and play from day 3 onwards, once we're in the money, play it then as a tournament. So I stuck to that, didn't make any moves. I ran fairly bad on days 1 to 3. I didn't panic. I went down to 9 big blinds on day 3 before the money, like 50 off the money. Well, I didn't panic at all, but on a 2-hour clock, eventually got it in with ace king and clubs for my tournament life. That was the only time I got it in with a tournament life, really. Ace king and clubs, got called by pocket queens, hit the ace, doubled up, and just went from there. And then crushed my table day 4, and just spun up and just went from there and never looked back, really. So it just goes to show, like I said, best structured tournament in the world on a 2-hour clock, and never needed to panic, even down to 9 big blinds on day 3. Had under starting stack on day 3 and still didn't panic. So yeah, a great achievement in that regard. But I think I employed my strategy well, use it to maximum effect, use the loopholes, if you like, in terms of the actual rulings, what you could do, what I couldn't do, like riding the line, if you like, in terms of the rulings that were given against me. I think a lot of rulings did go against me that shouldn't have. I think I called out Jack Efron on quite a few of them. I had Danny Negreanu back me up, saying that every time there was an altercation between William Kassouf and Jack Efron, William was right and Jack was wrong, which was effectively the case, which shouldn't be the case in the WSOP main event, which shouldn't be the case that one player is always right against the tournament director. So I think he had a bit of a nightmare dealing and in directing the actual tournament this year. I mean, got him give him credit, Jack Efron, for his achievements over the years. Been the tournament director of the World Series of Poker for several years now. But I think, in my honest opinion, I think this year he had a bit of a nightmare directing it, being the tournament director, especially with the rulings against me. I was unfortunate to get cooled in 2 massive hands. Otherwise, I was in great position then to at least make November 9. I think the majority of the world were rooting for me to make November 9. It wasn't meant to be this year, but I played my heart out. I think, without trying to blow my blow my trumpet too much, I think I'm the most talked about poker player in the world right now. So just the noise I made and the havoc I created there. I plan to make waves in the Vegas desert. I didn't think it would turn out to be a tsunami and an earthquake as it is. It's seismic proportion, but yeah, it's phenomenal. The attention and the support I've been getting. Everyone going around the world, every card room in the UK, especially shouting 9 high like a boss and the coconuts, and it's spreading like wildfire around the world. It's unbelievable.
It's also with the rapidity of your speech. I mean, you're a quick talker.
Yeah, you got it. But that's part of the strategy, trying to confuse your opponent. He's talking all the time. What's he saying? He's getting to my mind. I can't even hear myself think. He doesn't let me think. I don't know what to do. What do you want me to call? Do you want me to raise? What do you think I have? I got you beat. You got one out the door. Your favourite to hit it. They don't even know what to do. They don't know what to think. They're second guessing all
The monkey nuts, the coconuts.
This is it. Gambling with the nuts, with the redraw to the monkey nuts, the river, the absolute coconuts. Nuts, monkey nuts, coconuts. Nut, 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 nut.